So I'm going to narrate this. So what happened is that in addition to my usual activities as a spy, I am also a character in a play. The play, of course, is the play of life. And so in 2008, I decided to work for President Obama, well, and then Senator Obama, possibly Senator Obama. There is some question as to his identity. It goes back to September 8th of 2005, but that's neither here nor there right now. So I decided to become Catholic after I started working on the campaign, because I was a Unitarian Universalist Unitarian. I don't know, the traveling man, quote unquote, miffed me. I mean, he irritated me. And then I started thinking, I said, you know, when I was in jail in Lake County, this Catholic, Italian fella, big guy, very, very humane to his colleague who was a weak sissy. And he was also kind to me, because I'm a weak sissy. My name is Hannah Osborne. How do you do? I'm the devil. But anyway, so I wanted to become a Catholic. I already investigated being a Jew, but I decided that was not appropriate. Catholics, of course, are very eclectic. So I started the RCIA process. Went to St. Pete's, saw the priest. The priest talked about the Eucharist, blah, blah, blah. Started attending sessions at the church and working on the campaign. Thankfully, Senator Obama became President Obama in 2009. I became a Catholic in 2009, probably about May 2009. But anyway, sometime in that time frame, I wrote a letter to the Holy See in the Vatican City. I got the address off the CIA website. Thankfully, they published interesting information. I wrote a letter saying that I appreciated this woman at a Catholic day center who gave me a coat, a very thin coat, but still a coat when I was pretty much cold, wet, and had to walk 10 miles back to my abode from the hospital, where I'd been dumped off. So that letter went to the Holy See. I wrote it very, very nicely, I thought. Anyway, then, of course, now Ted Kennedy wrote a letter to the Holy See, but he got President Obama to deliver the letter personally when President Obama and Michelle Obama went to the Vatican to see the Pope, the new Pope, not the old Pope. Now, what was in that letter? Well, of course, you might speculate. I speculated that it was an offer the Pope could not refuse. Now, remember, this is the President. He comes into the Vatican. But now, of course, the Swiss Guard are the quote-unquote guardians of the Pope, and of course and also there's also other. If you watch that Tom Hanks movie, the Da Vinci Code, you understand that, and also this other one, Demons and Angels. But anyway, so I think the Pope got a offer he couldn't refuse, especially via the letter. So the Pope ceded his authority. I think he excommunicated himself because he did something that was a mortal sin, and sort of had to do the appropriate thing, condemn himself to hell. But he still remained Pope on the surface, but he ceded his authority to someone else at the instructions of Ted Kennedy via President Obama. And that person is me. And I am therefore the de facto controller of the Vatican and, of course, the Catholic Church. Now, I was told by the CIA, which of course is a very valid source, that I am Satan. I was told this last year, 2011. Now, God told me to go to Seattle in 2010. I arrived on December 7th, 2010 in Seattle. very happy I saw, well, an apparition, a manifestation of the Lord on the train, both coming and going. Very happy about that, thank you. And so, anyway, it says I was Satan, according to the CIA, which I was very, uncomfortable with. It sort of grew on me after a while, evolved into an understanding of what Satan really is, in reality, and what God really is. So, on May 4th of this year, 2012, my evolution was complete, and I published onto YouTube a missive, let's say, describing the situation vis-a-vis God, the President, and me. And so anyway, if you understand the Holy Script, I call it the Holy Script because it is kind of like a script. It's like a movie. Movies are very important. Like, Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. Well, that's pretty interesting, isn't it? What's the most famous Bill that you know? I mean, if you're not watching movies. Bill Clinton. Of course, he did not have sex with that woman. You know why? There was no woman to have sex with. All right, Ted, of course, had an interlude with a woman. Fell off a bridge, the car. The woman drowned, Chappaquiddick. And so from that point on, he was unable to become president. He did get brain cancer, but that was because I think this was the destiny that he had to fulfill. Also, writing the letter. So the Pope at the point around that time frame when Ted's letter went to him, broke his wrist, ostensibly skiing. But I think he got an offer he couldn't refuse, and he had to sign papers. And from sometimes when you don't really want to do something, you have to be kind of forced. I mean, if you watched The Godfather. So, anyway, so I became I became the Vicar of Christ. And of course, Christ is, of course, the head of the church. Christ is God, according to the Trinity theory. If you watch Nuns on the Run, you know that. And so whatever the Vicar of Christ, i.e. God, says is so. So if I say I'm Satan, then I am Satan. So I have been materialized this year. Here I am. I'm Satan. Ta-da! Now, I was told I was Satan, but it really didn't actually come to pass until I actually had to utter the words, and I did utter the words. Anyway, and I put it on YouTube, which is, of course, highly technical. Like that. Anyway, and so now I am Satan, and of course, Satan, if you watch Mission Impossible, is according to, in the movie you're talking about the rabbit's foot, and I, of course, the rabbit, the puka. Anyway, there's the idea of the anti-God. Now, the anti-God is the opposite of God. Now, the devil is obviously the opposite of God. There's the devil and there's God. The devil and God. So if the anti-God is in charge of the church, which of course is true because that's the way it is. I'm the anti-God. I'm the head of the Catholic Church. Now remember, this is all part of a screenplay that I'm working on. The treatment is a little bit fuzzy, but still workable. I'm going to send it to Hollywood, or Bollywood, someplace. So what happens is, not to flame anybody or inflame anybody. When I did say that I'm the devil or Satan, or whatever the real name of Satan is, which of course is unspeakable, vis-a-vis the letter, then I had to write the letter. Ted had to write the letter. Obama had to deliver the letter. Secret Service had to be there to make sure things were on the even keel. And everybody worked pretty well. It was a good